Transformers Cybertron was the best. It had everything. Conspiracy theories, best girl, good toys, an absolutely Kino cartoon. It was so awesome. So awesome it was, in fact, that Hasbro decided to reuse some molds from prior toy lines to add even more super robot action to the shelf. A few waves in, 4 figures from Transformers Armada were spruced up a little, given new paint jobs and sometimes new identities, and had Cyberkey gimmicks added to them. Today, I'm going to talk about one of them. Welcome to Kit Katastrophe. My name is Kit, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Cybertron Deluxe Class RUNABOUT. This figure came out in 2005 as part of Wave 3.5 of the Deluxe assortment. It is a remold of Armada Supercon's Sideswipe. RUNABOUT turns into a super huge, super chunky facsimile of a Nissan Skyline R32. I love the size of this thing. It's so much bigger than most Deluxe Class Transformers made these days. A lot heavier to boot. I love the bright orange flame deco running down either side of the car. It really livens up the vehicle. He has a silver tampograph Decepticon symbol on his rear window, which looks stunning. It's somewhat difficult to line all the panels up in vehicle mode, causing small gaps and misalignments to form, especially near the back. RUNABOUT came with an Earth Planet key, and if you stick it into his exposed engine block, it causes the front third of the car to spring forward. Officially, it's called a dragster mode, but I see it as more of an attack feature. Also, pressing on the blue switch on the rear light causes part of the rear to swing around and expose this gun. The overall aesthetic of it makes it look like a booster rocket or something, which I really love. Since RUNABOUT is based on an Armada figure, transformation is stupid simple, and it makes use of that flip-around panel gimmick to begin with. One thing I really dislike is how much of a shell former he is, with the entire middle third of the vehicle mode just hanging off of his legs. But overall, the transformation is pleasing to the hands and somewhat intuitive. Just be careful not to set off his spring-loaded bumper while bringing his arms out. Robot mode is a real piece of work. He looks stubby and gangly at the same time, and I'm not even sure how that's possible. He's just draped in car mode kibble. The flip-around section just dangles between his legs as if he forgot to wipe. The middle third panels just hang off unceremoniously, and the forearms bulge in every direction because they make up the entire hood. It's really ugly. The booster rocket becomes a gun which seats itself firmly in his hand, and while it looks fine on its own, it's laughable when RUNABOUT wields it. Inserting the Cyberplanet key does nothing in robot mode, but you can activate the attack feature by flicking a switch on either arm. There was a gimmick in which plugging a Minicon onto his back and raising it would raise the right arm, and while all the mechanisms are there, it just doesn't work at all. Posability is a real joke. He has lots of joints, sure, but his poor design just makes them all but useless. He has forward-facing hip joints, but his knees only bend sideways. Honestly, just having proper knees would do a lot for RUNABOUT. Then he'd almost be a figure with a redeeming quality. But no. He's also hard to stand due to his tiny feet. You might have to use his rear window dingleberry just to balance him sometimes if you have him spread-legged. It's just best to keep the legs locked together. RUNABOUT is not a good figure, not in the least. His transformation is lazy, and his robot mode is a joke. His car mode is decent, so at least I'll give him that. But in the end, I do have lots of fun with him. The gimmicks may hamper his other qualities, but I can't help but find myself fiddling with them when I'm bored, so at least they're entertaining. This has been Kit Katastrophe. It's time for me to transform and roll out.